Namaskar. Welcome back to White Tara Tarot Reading. We are back with yet another pick a card reading, and topic for today's pick a card reading is what is your success mantra and what are the possible reasons behind your failure. As you can see, I have three piles here. Pile 1 with an endless knot, pile 2 with a vessel of abundance, and pile 3 with a pair of fish. All these three are amongst the 8 auspicious signs or symbols according to the Hindu religion. You can choose your pile, you can draw your intuitions either by looking at the charms or by looking at the piles, and whichever pile you're drawn to is your pick a card reading to get an insight about how could you explore your success mantra and what are the possible reasons behind your downfall, both the logical as well as the unseen reasons behind your failures. Okay, so you can pause the video if needed, you can take a deep breath, you can meditate for a couple of seconds, or whatever practices you apply before you go ahead with a pick a card reading or a tarot reading. You can apply that practice. Let's begin with the first pile. So those who have chosen the first pile as a pick a card reading to know the reason behind your downfall and your success mantra with an endless knot or a Shrivatsa. Endless knot is a representation of eternal love, eternal abundance. So let's start spreading the cards. The first card is 10 of Swords and the second card is Knight of Pentacles, and this card I will reveal at the end of the reading of pile 1. So before I proceed, I want to just tell about the number 10. Number 10 indicates the end of a karmic cycle or end of a cycle which is sooner going to be observed. With the swords, I get the vibes of air energy. So those who have chosen pile 1 could be an air sign, a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius. And with pentacles, you could be an earth sign, a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo. So what is the reason behind your downfall? The vibes I get from this card, the 10 of Swords, is that of failure, is that of betrayal. So what betrayed you? What caused this failure, the all-round failure? What I sense from the cards is that you are someone who is unable to decide to pursue with your ambition or to pursue with your interest, because you might be qualified or you might hold a degree which takes you for higher ambitions, but what your heart craves is totally different from your qualification. So you're swinging back and forth between your ambition and between your personal interest. You're born with some talent, some creativity, okay, and you just need to polish it so that you can pursue it as your full-time life purpose or career option. But you are confused, you're not able to decide, you're not able to differentiate whether to follow your ambition or to follow your interest. So that is one of the possible reasons which I perceive from this card. And the Knight of Pentacles again brings in the energy of failure, deceiving, fear. The man on the horse is holding a David star, which is highest grade of respect. So what I sense from this card is there is so much of expectations from you, your family, your colleagues, your friends, you yourself. You have set your bar so high, you have raised your bar so high, you have set your goals so high that you have fear that you might not able to achieve it, because your heart is craving for something else, and your career full-time career option is something different, and it's very highly ambitious, and there is so much of expectations from everybody around you, and you fear sometimes that you might not able to stand up to their expectations. You might not able to achieve your ambitions. You have raised your bar so high, and you are continuously robotically, without any breaks, you have been continuously putting your efforts and endeavors towards achieving your goals, which is drifting you more away from your personal interests, personal cravings, but your heart throttles back to your interest, and you have set your bars so high that you are in a race to achieve your ambitions, and you fear that you might fall down all of a sudden, and that could bring a patch on your self-esteem, that could bring a mark on your self-respect, and that could diminish your status in the society, that could make people judgmental about you. So there is so much of anxiety, so much of fear regarding your own ambitions. So that is also one of the reasons behind your failures. Okay, so now let's unveil this card, the life purposes card, to see that what is the real purpose of your life. And this is the success mantra for those who have chosen pile 1, the ambitious souls who have chosen pile 1. Let's flip it to the camera. Energy healing. So now, before I could say something, you must have been related with what your personal interest is, and I hope it resonated with what your heart is throttling for, what your heart is craving for so many long years, which you have been completely taken for granted. Okay, it's written on the card, your natural energy healing abilities are important part of your life purpose. So whatever profession you are into, whatever qualification you hold, the universe is telling you that your life purpose is to heal people, and maybe till yesterday you might be thinking, when people came up with incidences where they got healed by your touch, and sometimes maybe you yourself did healing work for yourself, but till yesterday you have been thinking that all this is bogus, all this is not real, it could be some coincidence, or it could be just by fluke. But now you are compelled to think that and you understand it today, right now, that your life purpose is energy healing, which you have been taken for granted for so many years. So your life purpose is energy healing, and maybe you are not qualified, you did not pursue right kind of education so that you can proceed ahead with the energy healing. And what you could do, if you really want to take this success mantra, if you want to really apply this success mantra, you have to learn it properly. You have to join some courses, you have to join some classes. It could be through a university, it could be online. So you have to learn it perfectly, you have to practice it perfectly, you have to practice this thoroughly before you could proceed ahead. Initially you can start up by assigning your clients, it could be your family members, it could be your friends. You tell them that I'm into energy healing, and whatever kind of criticism they come out with, you take it into as a constructive criticism. So initially you can invite your family and friends as your clients, and whatever kind of sickness or illness they have, you can do it. You can do your energy healing sessions with them. Initially you could do it without charging, and when it really works, it really clicks when people are healed by you, they will go out and they will do the publicity for you, they will do the promotions for you, and once you get into the fame, you can probably set up your own clinic, your own healing space, your own healing area, or a business, of course, a business, so that you could make it a full-time life opportunity, because you are, as seen from the previous two cards, swinging back and forth between whether to pursue your ambition or your interest. Now you understand that your interest is energy healing people around you. That is your life purpose. So once you become famous, you can start up dealing the clients, you can make your own fee structure and all, and you can proceed ahead and you can make it a career with full swing. Okay, so energy healing career option is a really cool career option, and if it resonates with your personal interest, then there is no question of waiting or wasting time. So proceed ahead, follow your success mantra, and see that all your anxiety, all your fears, and all your failures will be vanished. Okay, so that is what I have got for those who have chosen pile 1 for today's pick a card reading. So now let's move ahead with the pile 2. That is the vessel of abundance, or Purna Kalasha. Purna means complete, and Kalasha means a vessel to hold water. The first card for those who have chosen pile 2 is 8 of Pentacles, and the second card is the World card, and this card I'm gonna reveal at later. So see, 8 of Pentacles. So with Pentacles, those who have chosen pile 2, you could be an earth sign, a Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo, and the World card is the major card in the Arcana. Number 21 is written on it. 21, can you see here? 21 is the last, it is the last card. Okay, and 21 is a very special number in the tarot deck. So let's proceed with understanding what could be the possible logical reasons behind your failure. With 8 of Pentacles, I see here that you are someone who is into career which involves lot of handwork, and sometimes you get this feeling that your skills are not up to date. Okay, maybe you are into some kind of profession where people use high-tech machineries and high-tech whatever, which you are not able to afford. So you feel that that is making you lesser skillful, because you are not able to apply the technology, the new techniques, the new machinery into your work. So you have that anxiety that it could affect your turnover, it could affect your profit. So you have the fear of comparison, and when there is unhealthy comparison happening in a career, in a business, there is always unclarity in the thoughts, when your thoughts are distorted, you cannot focus into your work, especially when the work involves working with hands, then it becomes really difficult when you are comparing yourself in an unhealthy way with your competitors, and when you think that your skills are not matching the level of the products available in the market, you are underrating yourself, and that could be one of the possible reasons for your failure. Comparison, unhealthy comparison. What I get the vibes from the cards is that those who have chosen pile 2, there is a lot of unclarity in the thoughts, and this unclarity has emerged because of unhealthy comparison, and be just your illusion, but that is what the reason I'm getting from the cards. And when we look at the World card, the World card brings in the energy of a total, reciprocal energy, the opposite energy. What I get from the World card is that you're not able to bring about balance in your work. You're not able to realize the difference between the reality and the fantasy, and you are not interested anymore with this work because you feel that you're lacking behind with your competitors, because your mind is full of unhealthy competition and there is lack of self-realization. So you need to understand between the reality and the fantasy, you know. So what I'm getting sense from the card is that the problem which I see behind your failure is your own illusion. It could be not the truth, you know. You can be able to learn the updates of the business in terms of skill, in terms of technology. You know, the World card, the vibes I'm getting from the World card is that you are not happy with your work. You want to end your work, or you want to leave your job, or you want to end your business. So the World card is a representation of an end, you know. An end could be it could be end of your suffering if your problems are real, if your this downfall is real. The World card could be a positive card. It could mean that you are trying to end yourself from the suffering, the professional suffering, you know. But you also have to think about to bring in clarity in your thoughts, whether what you're making in your mind is real or a fantasy. Okay, so these are the logical reasons behind your downfall, behind your failure. And if we talk about the non-existing reasons, which are a little bit difficult to understand, it could be your karma, it could be your karmic cycle, it could be that you not surrendering to your life purposes, or you're not understanding your life purposes, or it could be the vicious circle of life, you know, the wheel of fortune. When the wheel of fortune rotates, it shows you all the shades of the life, and maybe this is the time where you have to experience the gray shades of your life, and the brighter shades are about to come on the rotate. Okay, so that is about the reasons behind your failure, overall failure. And now let's leave this gray shades behind, and let's move to the brighter shades. Let's understand what is the success mantra for your life. Okay, the success mantra is about to be revealed through the Doreen virtue. So let's flip the card to the camera. It is travel. Okay, so your life purpose involves travel. Your life purpose involves traveling. Can you see a man with a happy face, like he is working on a laptop, and he has got a wings, and he is traveling by air? What I get from the cards. So your life purpose involves traveling. So let's let's understand this more clearly. Okay, you're drawn to this card because it's a validation of what you already knew. You have this spark inside you. You have a little idea about what your life purpose is. That is why you are drawn to pile 2, the vessel of abundance. And you already knew it, that your life's work involves traveling. When you are traveling, you are really in an elevated senses, you know. You're in high energy when you're traveling. You're not tired of traveling, and so you have to pursue your life purpose, which involves traveling. You may be called to be of service in faraway places, so you could be traveling from one country to another country, from one place to another place, or it could be that a life-changing travel experience will give you a breakthrough information about your divine purpose. You could be traveling and making travel blogs. You could be traveling to places of your interest. It could be forest, it could be, the safari area, it could be mountains, it could be temples, it could be some really interesting places all over the world. So you could take up some of these things as your career option, and you will bring blessings wherever you go. So with traveling is connected your destiny, so you have to get involved into life purpose, or into job options or career paths or business which involves traveling. You can have your own YouTube channel like I have, and you can put on your travel blogs, because traveling is your energy elevator. And this card also speaks to movement in your life, with adventurous and life enhancing changes occurring for you now and in the immediate future. So travel is in the cards, and by letting go of the old and stepping into these changes, you gain the sense of meaning and fulfillment that you have desired. So what I have told in the earlier cards, that you have these illusions in your mind that you are unable to compete with your business partners and you want to end this business, is the right idea. It was not your illusion, it is something which is factual, which is real. So you have to immediately leave this, whatever you're doing, whatever you want to end, you have to immediately bring that to end, and you have to tap into traveling, because with traveling your destiny is connected. That's a tractor. I'm sorry for the disturbance. So you have to get involved into traveling, because traveling will bring you blessings, and traveling will enhance your destiny, and it will elevate your energies, and it will remove you from the stagnation which you are right now, the stagnation which you are experiencing right now. Okay, and it will be replaced by passion for new projects and relationships. So when you are traveling, you might be making new relationship with people. A third meaning of this card, the new meaning, the new dimension for this card could also be that your life purpose involves technology, because I find in the cards that you're working manually with the hands. So while traveling, you will be able to also enhance your technical knowledge, your technical pursuing, and that will bring a speciality, that will add a speciality, and you can do something which involves with the computers or telecommunication, because I told you, you can get into travel vlogging. First you make a video, then you upload it, and everybody will be like, relating with your experiences. Everybody will connect with you through traveling. So this could be a signal that you can involve into some kind of telecommunication jobs, and where you work from home via computer, or it could really mean that your work involves computer programming, sales, anything which could put you into traveling, always with a travel bag ready. So that is what we have got for those who have chose pile 1. So please follow your heart instincts and understand that your life purpose involves traveling. So give it a try. What we are discussing, you understand it more clearly than I'm just a medium to convey the messages of the cards, but you already have this spark in you that you are meant to travel. Your life purpose involves traveling. So that is what we have for those who have chosen the adventurous souls, those who have chosen the pile 2. Okay, now I'm sorry, there is a lot of transportation happening around, so let's move with the third pile, that is a pair of fish, the Matsya. It is also considered to be an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, and Matsya Avatara, what we call. And also the fish represents the beginning of human evolution. Pisces being the first class of invertebrates. So fish also represents the beginning of human evolution. From Pisces came the reptiles, then amphibians, then aves, and finally the mammals. So this is the source of evolution of human race. So that is about the pair of fish. Now let's move ahead with the cards. The first card I have for those who have chosen the pile 3 is 8 of swords, and the second card is Queen of Wands. This card will be revealed at the last. So with the swords, those who have chosen pile 3, I get that you could be an air sign, that is a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. And with the wands, you could be a fire sign, that is Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. So what kind of downfall energies 8 of swords is bringing? So 8 of swords here brings in the energy of deception. It brings in the energy of deception, that you are being deceived. Okay, and it also brings in the energy of being trapped, being victimized, or being cornered, which brings in the negative emotions, anxiety. Okay, so the 8 of Wands is giving me the vibes that you are someone who is in the denial phase, who is not following your heart's instinct. You are in a denial phase to do what you love. You are not doing things what you love. Instead, you are targeting on something else. You already have got 5 swords with you, but you are targeting at the other 2 swords. You want to get those 2. You want to make those 2 swords also yours. Okay, so you are in a denial phase. You are more towards making assets, more towards setting goals, more towards more towards materialistic thing, more towards things which are not meant to create happiness. So you are getting everything what you desire, but maybe the channels of the entry are making you unhappy. They are what you expect, you always get very, very less in comparison. So what could be that is one of the possible reasons for your downfall, possible reasons for your failure, that you have set high, raise your bar so high that it is becoming very difficult for you to achieve your goals, and you are always thinking, always working, always running behind achieving your targets. Okay, and there is no time to look into any other matters of your life. You are so busy making money, you are so busy achieving your goals. So that could be one of the reasons behind your failure. And the Queen of Wands, the energy I get from the Queen of Wands, which could be probably one of the logical reasons for your failure, is that you are afraid of failure. You are scared of failure because you have set your goals so high that you are in a complete emotional trauma, that what if you are not able to achieve your goals, what if you will fail. So you have a fear of being like accepting failure. You're in a denial phase, as we have discussed earlier. So you are very, very fearful about not completing your task, not completing your targets. There is a lot of mistrust, there's a lot of suspicion, and there's a lot of vicious drama happening. There's a lot of karmic drama happening. A karmic cycle is about like moving. This karmic cycle nowhere seems to end, and that brings you fear of failure, fear of demotion. and fear of being judged by the society. And these fears, because Queen of Wands, there's a feminine energy involved in the cards, what I get is that these fears are deep rooted into you since your childhood. There was a lot of information fed into your brain that, you know, when you grow up you have to be successful, you have to be the famous, you have to be one of the, you know, trend makers, you have to be one of the brand makers. Everybody has to look up to you when, like, they talk in a group, when people do conversation, you should be in the topmost list, you should be rich, you should be famous, you should be having everything branded, and only then you will be considered successful. Nobody taught you that you have to be first a good human. Sometimes, you know, it is better to be kind than to be successful. Okay, so you have got so much of this information put into your mind since your childhood that only wealth, only money, only big name, big fame will make you a successful person. So you are running behind what is being fed to you. Okay, and that is now has turned to be one of the reasons, logical reasons behind your downfall, behind your failure. Okay, so lack of proper education, lack of proper moral education is one of the reasons for your failures. Now let's move to the success key, that is the mantra for your success. What is the mantra for your success? Which is coming from the Doreen Virtue Angelic Guidance, and it's time to flip the card to the camera. That is the options. Okay, so your life purpose involves, I told you, see, there is a lack of proper education. So your life purpose is not like very clear here, but what is being guided through the angels, through the cards, what vibes or and intuitions I'm getting is that, see, there will be always so many options in your life, you know, to be successful. There are so many ways, there are shortcuts, there are channels which are like cruel, which are like scrutinizing, which are completely insane and inhuman, and there are paths which are long, which are like in order, which are planned, which are executed well, which are in support of the society, in support of the humankind. So whenever you're in a business or a job, whenever you're achieving, setting your targets high, there's a balance in her hand, and the card is telling very clearly and very loudly that you choose the options which are giving you a sense of happiness, a sense of contentment. Okay, don't run after always after the material things. What you have is enough. What you have is enough. Now you understand that there are so many options coming into your life when you are in your career path, when you are into your business, or when you are into making your setting your ambitions and goals. So always understand that choose paths which are loyal, which are trustworthy, okay, which are in favor of the humanity. Do not do things which cause harm to others, consciously or unconsciously. So there is need to bring balance. There is need to bring a lot of balance, and you can always choose for right career possibilities. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. So don't force things to happen. Don't target on material assets. Don't put all your love, all your compassion in collecting the materials. Have some space for bliss, for happiness, for real love, for charity, for kindness. Sometimes I told you it's okay not to be successful, but you have to always have that quality of kindness. So your life purpose involves to work steadily, to work in an order to work with a proper plan and to work in favor of human society. So that is what we have got for those who have chosen pile 3. Please work accordingly, make yourself happy and make people around you happy. So don't live a robotic life, because we are human beings, we are not robots. We have to work with the natural intelligence. So do not put a mask of artificial intelligence over you. And this pair of fish Matsya is also a reminder, an alarm that whatever you are today is because of this particular species. So do not forget your roots, so always work towards the betterment of the human race, for upliftment of the human society, and also your own contentment, because that is the real happiness. No wealth, no treasure could buy you. So with this we come to an end of today's reading, of pick a card reading about the mantras for your success and reasons for your failure or downfall, both logical as well as the unseen reasons. Okay, so I hope you like my reading, and thank you very much for tuning into my channel. I would like to take this opportunity also to pass you a notification that you are requested to follow me on Instagram, because the things which I am going to share with you on Instagram, you will not find that in my YouTube videos. And those things which I'm going to share on Instagram are also very, very equally significant, so that we can all move up in the higher dimensions together, hand in hand. Lots of blessings from Goddess White Tara till this pandemic is completely over. Stay home, stay safe, wash your hands, maintain social distancing, and do things which increase your immunity power. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.